Hey, good morning, y'all. Hopefully you're having a rad wet Wednesday. Got some lemon water going on. Today, we are talking about Worcestershire sauce or Worcestershire sauce. In the comment section below, how do you say it? Just kind of spell it how you say it. Some people say Worcestershire, some people say Worcestershire, or some people say Worcester. So we're going to talk about what's actually in Worcestershire. I say Worcestershire. What's in Worcestershire sauce? There's a lot of different brands. There's Lea and Perrins. I think there's like 4 or 5 staple brands of Worcestershire sauce. And so this article is on coastalliving.com, and it's written by Stacy Ballas, and the title is Something's Kinda Fishy. Hi Kimberly, hi Jenny, hi Tammy, thank you for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you that join me every morning. I'm here to serve and we're here to play, and it's just our time, our intimate time together. So here we go. Something's Kinda Fishy. The paper-covered bottle of Lea and Perrins Worcestershire sauce in the door of the refrigerator is ubiquitous, I don't know how to say that word, in the kitchens of my friends and family. It was just always there, although for the life of me, I never remembered anyone buying it, and it was never on the grocery list. It was as if it just happened to fully formed there because of the large bottle of Heinz ketchup and the parade of salad dressing bottles, since no one in the family likes the same dressing at the same time. That's so true. You know, when you go on the raw food diet, you'll realize how less packaged foods you have, especially condiments, because you're really making your own condiments. I'm going to be releasing the Yummy Nastiness book soon, and those are homemade 8 ingredients or less for condiments. And so if you open up your fridge or your cabinets, look at all the condiments you have. You know you all got mustard, you know you all got mayonnaise, you know you got ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, relish, dressings, more dressings, Worcestershire, you know, there's just condiments galore. And if you look at it, if you look at the ingredients, more likely there's, you know, sugar, and more corn, and more corn, and more corn in all of those condiments. You know, do yourself a favor and look at the back of those labels, and it's just going to be full of sugar and corn and oil. And a lot of the times, these big manufacturers that make these condiments use probably the least optimal oils in your body. So the majority of condiments are basically sugar, corn, and oil. And your body doesn't really operate in most cases on that type of stuff, and they're very addictive. So she continues, says, my dad used it almost exclusively as an addition to his homemade Thousand Island, right? Who likes Thousand Island dressing? I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have, I think, Thousand Island. I'm gonna have the Subway Thousand Island on my Yummy Nastiness book, in my Yummy Nastiness book. So my mom used exclusively on Thousand Island. My mom used it in the famous ketchup, butter, and Worcestershire sauce she made to top whole roasted beef tenderloins, and my grandmother reached for it when she was doctoring things like soups, stews, sauces, or salads. And again, they're talking about Worcestershire sauce. She says if she felt a dish was missing a certain something, a dash of murky brown stuff often did just the trick. That's funny. Most Worcestershire sauces are very, very salty and really heavy on MSG and sodium. So she continues to say, but what is that certain something that Worcestershire sauce provides? What is in it? Why does it appear to be effectively inherent and immune to spoilage? Why is it so awkwardly smelled and hard to produce? Well, she's going to answer it. It has this really, really cool sticker, like old branding from Lea and Perrins sauce. It looks like it's from, I don't know, this thing looks like it's from the 1900s, like early 1900s. And I'm going to read the old label. In fact, I could show you, look at this old label of Lea and Perrins, right? It's like everybody has Worcestershire in their refrigerator or cabinet. And before I continue to read, this could be a really good topic is, where do you store the majority of your condiments? Because if you go to a lot of restaurants, they're already in little packages or they're already on the tables. A lot of times people refrigerate them to keep them so they don't expire fast enough. But where do you keep your Worcestershire, your ketchup, and your mustard? Do you keep it in the cabinet or the fridge? So let's keep playing. It says she's going to talk about Lea and Perrins sauce. Lea and Perrins. Lea and Perrins. I keep saying Perkins. Lea and Perrins sauce. So I guess this was the original one. The sauce was invented by John Lea and William Perrins in the 1830s. Worcestershire sauce was invented in 1830s in Worcester, pronounced Wooster, England. So I wonder if it's called Worcester sauce. I bet you it is. I bet you people in England call Worcestershire sauce Worcester sauce. That makes sense. So 1830s and Worcester, England. The super secret formulation is based on anchovies and contains other things like vinegar, onions, spices, tamarind, molasses, and flavorings, which have been believed over the years to be everything from lemon to pickles to soy sauce. Check this out. You know for a fact that that original recipe in 1830s was much more optimal than what they got going now. Those ingredients, you know, and you know they didn't have, you know, processed. It wasn't really processed. I bet you it was made the same day, and I bet you it was only sold locally. So that seems like a pretty optimal. If you're into that, I would want that Worcestershire sauce. As a matter of fact, there wasn't any Worcestershire sauce or Wooster sauce in my Yummy Nastiness tour. I've never seen any fast foods that have that. So in the comment section below, let me know if you've been to a fast food restaurant that actually provides Worcester sauce, because from now on I'm just calling it Worcester sauce. This is how I learned. That's amazing. So it says, Lea and Perrins actually thought the original formulation was a total disaster, but not wanting to be wasteful, they dumped the stuff into a barrel and stashed it into the cellar of the pharmacy. Perfect. That's why I always like to play with ingredients and recipes, because you never know, a mistake might be the most delicious sauce you've ever made. So about 1.5 years passed before they decided to clean out to make room in storage in the basement, and when they opened the casks, found that the mixture had fermented food. Remember, fermented food is really good for the gut. In a good way. The flavors, all of them in your face, intense 18 months earlier, had mellowed and melded into a sauce they could put their name on and the name of their town. Really cool. So Worcester sauce, all of this Worcester sauce was a mistake, y'all. It was a mistake, and they let ferment for 18 months in a barrel, y'all. Super rad. So its shelf life is a result of the aging process. As a fermented product, the sauce stays at its best for over 3 years after opening, as long as you keep it refrigerated. And while it is safe for much longer than that, apparently the quality does begin to degrade a bit. But as long as it doesn't smell off or show mold, it's safe to consume. So that says, hey, keep your Worcester sauce refrigerated and it can last up to 3 years. That was that older recipe. I bet you the newer recipes, right, probably last a little bit longer, because you know they're throwing in them preservatives and additives. So let's continue. It says, so essentially Worcester sauce, with all of its anchovy base, is a British version of a fish sauce, which dates all the way back to the Romans, who fermented casks of rotting fish to make garum, which was the version of ketchup, and probably why they lost their empire. But this raises the question, in this day and age of global cookery, can you use it instead of fish sauce and recipes? So the basic answer is yes. While Lea and Perrins added a bunch of other stuff to their sauce to sweeten it up and mellow it out for a British palate, which means sugar, and a lot more sodium. Fundamentally, the umami bomb that punches up your Caesar salad or deepens your Bloody Mary can also sub in for fish sauce in many recipes. Usually, if the dish is particularly fish sauce forward, I'd be a little careful, but when measured in teaspoons or dashes, you are probably fine. So the next time you go to make your famous Thai chicken salad, only to find that the bottle of Red Boat is empty, reach for the paper wrapped bottle. You know the one. It's I just lost it. It showed me a new. Look at this. It's only half because I just lost my internet. But look at this old one. Look at that old branding from Worcestershire. Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat? So I just learned a whole lot about Worcester sauce. I've always played with Worcester sauce. I haven't probably like in 4 years, but before then, my dad always had that stuff. And you know, when you open up your fridge, it was always there, and he always had like a huge extra bottle in the cabinets. And my dad would make pork chops and applesauce with it. My dad's secret recipe for pork chops, I believe his friend Rick Ludi taught him it. He would put a base of butter in a pan and until it started to, you know, heat up. Then he would put A1 in it, and then he would mix Worcester sauce in it. So it would be butter, A1, and Worcester sauce. And so that's how I was accustomed to Worcester sauce. And so I want to give you all a tip. So I don't use that anymore. I use this stuff, which is way more healthier, right? It's a little bit more pricier, and it does have a slight bit different taste. It's not going to remind you of Worcester sauce, or it might. It's just a replacement, and it's much better. So this right here is Coconut Secret, okay? And this is the original coconut Aminos, and this is like a soy-free seasoning sauce, which has 13 less sodium than soy sauce, okay? So it's not soy sauce, it's not Worcestershire sauce. In my opinion, this one specifically, this brand, is like a mix between Worcester sauce and soy sauce. So give this a shot. I mean, it's 100% organic, right? It's gluten-free, non-GMO, no MSG, and vegan. And so I'm gonna read you this right here. It says, "The Coconut Secret Story. When both our parents learned they were diabetic, my brother and I were deeply inspired to search the world for pure, truly delicious, low glycemic foods." Very, very important, low glycemic. "We were rewarded and blessed beyond expectations in our discovery of the traditional products made from the sap of the wondrous coconut tree." Right? Coconut is such a beautiful, beautiful plant. Y'all, coconut water, coconut meat, right? Coconut almond yogurt, coconut dressings. This right here, this coconut Aminos. "It is our great joy to be able to share with you the gift of these exceptional ingredients." Leslie and Randy. So here's the health secrets of the coconut Aminos. When the coconut tree is tapped and produces a lightly nutrient-rich sap that exudes from the coconut blossoms. This sap is very low glycemic, which is a GI of only 35, and contains a wide range of minerals, vitamin C, broad-spectrum B vitamins, 17 amino acids, and has nearly a neutral pH, so not acidic at all. Our organic coconut Aminos, made from the pure sap, is naturally aged with sun-dried, mineral-rich sea salt, had gathered with pristine water near the Philippine coast. It contains only 90 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon versus soy sauce, which averages 320 milligrams of sodium. So give this a shot. You can get it at most of your health stores, y'all. I think this bottle was maybe $6. So just wanted to share that with you. This is probably one of my favorite videos because I learned about that. So now whenever I see that, you know, I can rap about it and maybe share the history of that. So anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed my video. I've been doing a lot of fun videos. I'm gonna be present a lot more. A lot of people are asking me to do more videos. So if you like these videos, pretty please with the cherry on top, share this video, and keep it raw, stay rad. What? Bye.